Okay, picture your daily commute, but with a major twist. The bus pulls up, the doors hiss open, but when you glance over at the driver's seat, there's nobody there. Now, this isn't some far-off science fiction fantasy. Nope, it's happening right now on real city streets. And in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how it works and what it could mean for all of us. Let's get into it.
So, to see this in action, we're heading to a city that's really making this future a reality today. We're starting our journey in Hanover, Germany.
You know, on what looks like any other normal day, something truly extraordinary is taking place on the city's public transit system.
We're talking about a full-size, 8-meter-long electric bus. It's out there, weaving through traffic, stopping for passengers, following its route, doing everything you'd expect a city bus to do. But there's one massive difference.
That's right. There is no driver behind the wheel. The bus is driving completely on its own.
And listen, this isn't some simple little loop on a closed-off test track. Oh no. This project, which they call ALBAS, is tackling a 7-kilometer route right in the middle of real, unpredictable city traffic. I mean, just think about it. It's got to handle 13 different bus stops, 10 traffic lights, and even navigate tricky roundabouts. This is the real deal.
So, the big question is, how is this even possible? Well, the answer comes down to a really specific and, frankly, very advanced type of technology. Let's peel back the layers and see what's making this bus so incredibly smart. So what we're talking about here is called SAE Level 4 automation. And the key thing to understand about Level 4 is this. Within a specific pre-mapped area, what they call its operational design domain, the vehicle handles everything: steering, braking, accelerating, reacting to a pedestrian stepping off the curb, all of it. There's no expectation for a human to be on standby to take over. It's in full control.
The company behind the software is called Adastec, and you can see they've been building up to this moment step by step. They kicked things off with key partnerships in 2021, and that led to some landmark deployments in both the US and Europe in 2022. Each project has been another proof point, showing the tech works on public roads and paving the way for a huge project like the one in Hanover. You know, the easiest way to understand Level 4 is to think of the bus kind of like a person. It's got a brain that makes all the decisions, and it's got senses to perceive the world around it. So let's take a look under the hood at both.
The brain is a software platform called FlowRide.ai, and it's constantly, and I mean constantly, running through this 5-step loop. First up, localization. It knows exactly where it is, down to the centimeter. Then, perception. It sees and identifies every car, bike, and person around it. Next, prediction. It makes an educated guess about what those things are going to do next. Based on that, it moves to planning. It charts the safest possible path forward. And finally, motion control. It actually tells the bus to steer, brake, or accelerate. And this whole cycle, it repeats itself over and over and over, every single fraction of a second.
So how does the brain get all this info? Well, it gets it through a whole suite of senses. You've got LiDAR, which is like the bus's eyes, creating this incredible 360-degree 3D map that's constantly updating. Then there's radar, which is fantastic for judging speed and distance, even if it's foggy or pouring rain. You've got cameras that give it visual context. They can read signs and see colors. And finally, high-precision GPS gives it that pinpoint location data. The best part is they all work together, creating this redundant, overlapping picture of the world that's often way more complete than what a human driver can see.
Okay, so the technology is obviously super impressive. But what does it all mean? Why does a self-driving bus actually matter? Well, this is way more than just a cool tech demo. This is something that could literally change the way our cities operate. When you put autonomous buses side by side with the transit we have today, the potential benefits are just massive. For starters, research shows that driver wages can make up something like 60% of a bus's running costs. Take that away, and public transit could get a whole lot cheaper. And instead of these rigid, fixed routes, we could have flexible, on-demand services that come to you. And of course, a system that doesn't get tired or distracted has the potential to be a lot safer, and it can run 24/7, which is a game changer for people who work late or need to get around at odd hours.
And this isn't just a tech fantasy. It's a vision that public officials are getting behind. Just listen to the president of the Hanover region, Stefan Krox. He says this isn't just about cool new tech. It's about finding ways to provide climate-friendly, accessible transportation for absolutely everyone.
And for you, the passenger, the experience could get a whole lot better. Studies have looked at these autonomous feeder services, smaller shuttles that connect you to the main train or bus lines, and found they can slash waiting times.
I mean, just imagine a world where a bus basically shows up right when you need it.
Now, it's pretty easy to look at this project in Hanover and just think, oh, that's a neat one-off experiment. But the truth is, this is part of a much bigger global movement that's been quietly gaining steam.
In fact, this exact kind of technology is already operating on public roads in 11 different countries. 11. From university campuses in the United States to public routes in Norway, these buses are slowly but surely becoming part of the transportation fabric all over the world.
In that momentum, it's only building. You've got upcoming projects like an airport shuttle in the Netherlands, a full public transit integration happening in Buffalo, New York, and public bus trials getting started in Australia. Each new deployment is just pushing the technology further, testing it in new ways, and bringing it one step closer to being everywhere.
All of which brings us right back to where we started. It's really not a question of if this technology is going to show up in our lives anymore, but when and how it's all going to fit in. What we're seeing in Hanover isn't just a test. It feels a lot more like a preview of what's to come. So the question I'll leave you with is this. Are you ready for your next bus to pull up with no one in the driver's seat?